All right, today I am talking about acupuncture and postpartum because there are actually a lot of things that acupuncture can help with in regards to the postpartum period that many people don't know about. And the thing of it is that when you have your baby, there is an enormous shift in your body, in your hormones, in your eye. Everything changes all in one fell swoop. And that transition is easier for someone to make than others. A lot of it depends on how your pregnancy was. Were you sleeping? Were you eating well? Were you getting enough nutritional support? But a lot of it just has to do with what your constitution was, how taxing pregnancy was on you. Did you have multiples? Did you get enough rest? Was there a lot of stress going on during your pregnancy? But even women who have perfectly healthy pregnancies, a ton of support, no stress, perfect diets, all of that, can have a really hard time with that transition of being pregnant to having a baby. So what I want to just mention quickly are a few of the things that acupuncture can help with, because even though it can be really hard to get into acupuncture to get treated when you have a newborn at home, I really think it's enormously important. The primary way that I see acupuncture help is really stabilizing hormones to make that transition easier on the body and providing resource so that your body can kind of rebuild strength after such a major change. And it's when women are very depleted that I see things come up more strongly, and I see women struggling more with symptoms such as postpartum depression, anxiety, difficulty sleeping, hair loss, problems with bowel movements, stuff like that. So it's really what I'm working on primarily is stabilizing hormones and giving your body the resources so that it can re-regulate and restabilize and rebalance your hormones after such a major shift. But there are also some really practical things that acupuncture can help with, such as breastfeeding. It can help with all kinds of different things. I primarily look at breastfeeding from two different perspectives. One, a stagnation where things aren't flowing properly, in which case acupuncture is absolutely brilliant. And then secondarily, from a depletion standpoint, this is a little bit harder because it often stems from things that have been happening either before the baby was born or during the actual birth process, because the birth for some women can be really, for all women, it's exhausting and very difficult, but you can have extensive blood loss. Really, some serious stuff can happen where you're left pretty significantly depleted after the baby is born. So those two things can really impact breastfeeding, either stagnation or depletion, and usually you're seeing depletion as a low milk supply issue. And in that case, we're really looking at building the body up from a couple of different perspectives, both acupuncture, herbs, diet, stress reduction, all of those things. But it can also help with things like, after pains with C-section recovery, again, with hemorrhoids. I talked about it in a previous video, how wildly helpful acupuncture is with hemorrhoids. You just don't think that acupuncture is going to help with something like that, but it really is so amazing. And for anyone who has suffered with hemorrhoids, especially after birth, when you're sitting for long periods of time breastfeeding, hemorrhoids are no fun at all. So, and then any kind of pain issues. So sometimes women will have residual pain stuff going on, like a back pain or pain in their legs, sciatic, stuff like that can be aggravated. So acupuncture is really wonderful to help get you back in balance, get your strength back, and eliminate any kind of pain issue. So I just wanted to take that quick minute or two to talk about what acupuncture can do for you. And as always, we're using typically a combination of acupuncture, nutritional support, sometimes herbs, sometimes supplements. Of course, if we're using herbs or supplements, we're always being particularly mindful of whether or not they're safe and healthy for the baby, for women who are breastfeeding. But there's just so much that acupuncture and herbs and supplements and nutritional support can do for women in the postpartum period. And I just think it's worth every minute of it, even though sometimes it can be really, really hard to get in when you have a newborn at home and you're going through so much change. So as always, you can email me or call my office or look at my website if you have any questions or you want to know more about what I offer. But I love getting women after birth so that we really support them in getting back to a healthy, balanced, thriving place.